You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
Countdown number 2, D-Day -3, just 3 days to the start of the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament that takes place right here in Columbus, Ohio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to this second day of our countdown as we await the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. My name is Ernest Kanjo. Marcel Adig is producing this edition of the show from Varsut in Germany with the collaboration of Evaris, Capo. Once again, thank you so much and welcome. And so 10 soccer teams will start arriving in Columbus, Ohio in just 2 days to start and take part in the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. The tournament begins on Friday, May the 23rd, with matches taking place on that same day. And the tournament will run off on Sunday, May the 25th. And so Columbus will be hosting the tournament for the first time since inception in 2023, just like the city will in August of this year for the National Veterans Tournament. Call it the NVT. Now, it is such a huge privilege for Ohio's chief city having to host the MVT and the NVT. But what should first-time visitors to Columbus know about the city before coming to town this week? Our reporter, Shin Tebong, has been driving across the city of Columbus and now presents the city of Columbus. Shin.
Thank you, Ernest. Columbus, Ohio, the proud host city of the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veteran Tournament, MVT, is more than just a strategic choice. It's a celebration of diversity, energy, and community. As Ohio's capital and most populous city, Columbus serves as a thriving urban center with a unique blend of history, innovation, and cultural vibrancy that makes it the perfect stage for these prestigious sporting events. Nestled in the heart of the Midwest, Columbus is the second most populous city in the region and the 14th most populous city in the United States, covering 226 square miles of dynamic neighborhoods, institutions, and attractions. Named after the explorer Christopher Columbus, the city is a symbol of discovery and growth, a fitting parallel to the values of unity, resilience, and passion that defines veteran soccer. The city is famous for its welcoming atmosphere and a strong sense of community. It boasts one of the largest African and Cameroonian populations in the US, with a flourishing array of African-owned businesses, restaurants, cultural hubs, and organizations. This rich multicultural tapestry not only adds to the Columbus appeal but also resonates deeply with the diverse makeup of the MVT community. Columbus is home to one of the oldest veteran soccer clubs in the country, that is the Columbus Veteran Soccer Club, host of the 2025 Midwest Veteran Tournament. This further emphasizes the city's deep rooted connection to sports and its legacy. Sports enthusiasts will also recognize the city as the home of the Columbus Crew, one of the Major League Soccer's pioneering franchises with a loyal fan base and a world class stadium that has hosted national and international events. Accessibility is one of Columbus' strongest assets. With well connecting highways, public transportation, and a strategic central location in the Midwest, it's easy for teams and fans to travel to and within the city. Culturally and recreationally rich, Columbus offers visitors numerous attractions to explore. The picturesque Scioto Mile, a series of interconnected parks along both sides of the Scioto River, features scenic trails and a massive interactive fountain. Just steps away, the acclaimed COSI Science Center engages minds of all ages with interactive exhibits and a dazzling planet. And also, as the city expects to welcome some 2,000 people, including soccer lovers, this week, visitors should bear in mind that they are coming to a city that provides an amazing, warm reception to all. If they must know more about the city's much less entertainment prowess, then they should experience the nightlife. Perhaps on Sunday, May the 24th, White Party will tell the story of Columbus more. Welcome to Columbus. Ernest?
Welcome to Columbus. Thank you so much, Shin Tebong, for that picture of the city which will host the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. This is MVT Countdown number 2. Right, and so back to the Vibrant Vendors Committee, charged with organizing the economic fair that will run alongside the tournament at the MVT Village. The marketplace will offer everything from food, fashion, craft, and merchandise. Today, we focus on food, and the Folk of Nigeria food truck will be stationed at the NVT Village. Now joining us is one of the owners of this renowned mobile food restaurant in Columbus. She now joins us. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
Wonderful. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. May you just introduce yourself?
Sure. So, of course, my name is Mappis Joanne. I go by Chomo. I go by Joanne. I go by Dr. Mappis. It depends on who I'm talking to. But today I'm here representing Forky, Nigeria. We are we're 4 years now in the city on our fifth year. So we're so excited to be part of this. I proudly say, the first African food truck in the city, and proud and happy to be here.
Tell us how you knew about this upcoming tournament and how you became a vendor.
Absolutely. So I have a very good friend, Hilda, who is part of this committee that introduced the idea to me. This is, if you're familiar with Columbus, this is the Black Expo weekend. So almost everybody is going to be downtown Columbus. But when she brought up this idea, I'm thinking, why not be where my own people are? So I was so excited about the idea of being here. And she basically shared the fact that, this is the first time it's coming to Columbus. And because as an African food vendor, my daughter is joining the conversation.
No
Sorry,
problem.
y'all. As the only African food vendor
Mhm,
that typically goes to the non-African events, I felt like this is an opportunity for me to bring something outside of Cameroon
mhm,
to the Cameroonian event, because
mhm.
there's not only going to be Cameroonians there, and it will be a wonderful time for all of us to be part of this, because as Africans, we're all soccer or football lovers. So
Mhm.
why not bring the food and bring the cultures and bring the medley of all Africans into the same space?
Beautiful. I'm talking about something outside Cameroon. What are these sumptuous delicacies that you'll be presenting to guests at the MVT? So tell us about the food.
Sure, of course. So, as a Nigerian food, I would be remiss if I don't have pounded yam and egusi soup, right? So I have to bring something that is very staple to Nigerians, and like things like akara, which is also consumed all over West Africa,
Mm,
but is very much a part of Nigerian dishes. And fried yam, again, things that we all share in common, but very popular in my own part of the world as well.
mhm.
And in general, zobo juice, which is like zobolo, most West Africans are familiar with. So things that I know all of West Africans are going to appreciate, but it's more known for being a Nigerian dish.
Mhm. Briefly, come back to the fork of Nigeria and tell us about this mobile food truck.
Sure, of course. So Fork in Nigeria is um, one of the most popular food trucks in the city. I'm proud to say that. We serve so many different areas, communities, hospitals. We work with banks. We work with the African and non-African community. Our
Mhm,
goal is to bring African food and make it mainstream and get as many people acclimated with our food as possible. So our egusi soup is the most popular dish on our menu, but of course, jollof rice, you can't go without that. That's
mhm,
also another very popular dish. We travel all over the city to introduce African food to non-Africans so that they can also have the experience. Because if we as Africans can all agree, our food is probably some of the most delicious foods that the world would ever know. But because most people are not aware of it, they don't ever go looking for it. But we use this as an opportunity to teach the culture and teach the food all around the city. And now I can say we've served over 20,000 people in Columbus. And this is because we're able to take the food to the people and they love it. So it's really been a wonderful experience.
Joanne Mapis is co-owner of Fork in Nigeria Food Truck, one of the vendors at this year's MVT. Finally, what does being vendor at this upcoming great event mean to Fork in Nigeria?
It's really such a great platform and a great opportunity because one, we get to meet other West Africans, right? Because most times there's this notion that we don't support anything outside of our own, which
Mhm,
is really a false narrative. Africans support Africans, and this is an opportunity for us to show that. And also, again, this gives us a chance to learn more about the Cameroonian culture and meet new people,
mm.
push the food to new people that probably have never heard of us before. If we're going to have thousands of people in Columbus, where else would you rather be?
Hmm. Want to thank you so much, Joanne, for joining us this evening. Definitely, our reporters will beam their cameras on you at that event. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to seeing you all this weekend.
This is Midwest Veterans Tournament Countdown number 2 from Apex One Radio. We'll be right back with you.
You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
Let the game play on. Its MVT Countdown number 2, reaching you live from Apex One Radio. And so for the recap of the teams taking part in this year's edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament, there are 12 of them. We have Columbus Veterans Soccer Club, host site for the tournament. Vet Stars Football Club will be coming in from Minnesota. There is Michigan Veterans Football Club. We have Cheeseheads Veterans FC of Wisconsin. There is Chicago Veterans FC, host of last year's edition of their tournament. Cindy Veterans Soccer Club will be driving from Cincinnati and Dayton, just like Cleveland Area Veterans FC, who will be taking part in the tournament as well. Then New Boys Veterans FC of Minnesota will be in Columbus for the competition as well. Then there is home side Mock Youth FC. Iowa Veterans Soccer Club will be part of that competition, just like Kansas City Veterans. Okay, so those are the 12 teams that will be taking part in this year's edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. So we are wishing all the teams their best as they prepare to hit their road for Columbus. And you are listening to Midwest Veterans Tournament Countdown number 3, reaching you live from Apex One Radio. And we will be having organizers of the competition join us just right ahead to tell us how prepared they are. And today we'll be focusing on the playground itself. But before we get them, what are the team's placings? Let us make a quick look at the fixtures for the competition on day 1 for the group stage. That is on Friday, May the 23rd. We have Columbus Veterans that will be taking on Kansas City for the first match, which will begin at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That same time, we will have New Boys playing against Mock Youth FC. That is still for the group stage and for Group A of the competition. Then for Group B of the competition, and on day 1, same time, that is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Vet Stars will be taking on Iowa. Then Chicago will be locking horns with Wisconsin, that is the Cheeseheads. Then at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Michigan will be playing against Cleveland Area Veterans, while Cindy FC will be taking on Windy City Veterans. Then for the second day of play, that is Saturday, May the 24th, still for the group stage, Columbus versus Mock Youth FC. For the first match, that is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That match will be simultaneously played with the match pitting Kansas City Veterans versus New Boys of Minnesota. Then, same time at 11 o'clock, same day, Iowa will be taking on Chicago, while Vet Stars will be meeting the Cheeseheads of Wisconsin. Then, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Windy FC Veterans versus Michigan. Then Cleveland Area Veterans versus Windy City Veterans. Then, for the knockout stage on Sunday, we have the plus 40, which is going to be a recreational game, and the third place match will be played at exactly 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, while the match with the women, of course, the women's exhibition game will be taking place at the same time. The final will take place at 3 p.m., and that will be the end of it as far as the games for the NVT are concerned. This is Apex One Radio. This is MVT Countdown.
You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
The game play on is the NVT countdown only on Apex One Radio. It's exactly 26 minutes to 7 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. And so, every soccer tournament, whether recreational or professional, begins with one critical element, that is the playground. This holds true for veteran football and, of course, the Midwest Veterans Tournament. For this year's edition hosted by Columbus, their Parkways Park, located in the northern belt of their city, has been selected as both the competition ground and the official NVT village. Now, while Columbus already is familiar with this soccer complex, known as much or known like a recreational area, the Parkways Park will be hosting an event of this scale for the very first time. This brings us to a few key questions about this playground. How adaptable is it? And just what amenities does this playground or this complex has, which will be convenient for visitors and, of course, their local sites? To help us answer these questions and more, we are joined by the president of Columbus Veterans, Valentine Forcher, accompanied by a long Musinga, who are also members of the organizing committee of the MVT 2025. President, welcome to the program. How are you today? You may want to unmute yourself so we can hear you, Valentine. Can you hear us now? You may want to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Okay, while he's trying to do that, let us join Elonge Musinga. Elonge, welcome to the program. How are you today?
Thank you very much for having me, Ernest, and I'm doing great.
Right, so you're welcome to the program. We will try Valentine again to make sure that he can hear us now. I guess he can, but he's muted. So Valentine, if you unmute yourself, we'll be able to hear you. Okay, so while he does that, let us get it straight with Elonge. Now, first question, Elonge, was Pathways Park the very first sport facility that came to your mind as soon as Columbus won the bid to host this tournament?
Yeah, thank you for that question. That's a very pertinent question. Columbus. Just to give you a background, a lot of people have said, Columbus is probably one of the fastest growing areas in the whole of America for youth soccer and sports in general. So, not just because we have the Columbus Crew, which just won the MLS recently, but we have the most youth soccer clubs. So we have a lot of parks around the area, a lot of sporting facilities all through Columbus. So we looked at a lot of them very diligently in knowing our president, which is a very thorough individual, and being who we are, a company that tries, a group and a brotherhood that tries to make sure that we try to foster the growth of other people in our community that are doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Pathway Parks is a park not like any other, not just for its amenities, but mainly for what they do. So Pathway Park is the only park in the entire of Columbus that has they provide a holistic developmental approach for soccer for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So it's the only park where kids from every walks of life, irrespective of your culture, your financial background, can go there and play soccer,
Mm-hmm.
and get involved in clubs and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why we thought about Pathway Parks, to be able to showcase that park as well, because of the great things they're doing for the community and for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of parks that are reserved for high-end clients, people that can afford a lot of money, but we wanted to showcase Pathway Parks because they do a wonderful job, not just for our kids, but for a lot of kids, for a lot of different diversity, different cultures and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how we ended up with Pathway Parks.
All right.
Yeah.
Now joining us is the president of Columbus Veterans C, Valentine Forcher. Valentine, can you hear us now? Good evening and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kanjo. I do apologize for that. For some reason, I just was having difficulty on muting myself.
Right, we can hear you now 5 on 5. My first question to you is, how accessible is the Pathways Park and where is it located precisely?
You did break. I didn't get your complete question. Can you come
Yes,
again,
so
please?
I wanted to know where the Parkways Park is located in the city of Columbus and how accessible is it?
We're talking about the location of the field.
Yes, and how is it accessible?
So, thanks. That's a great question. Again, I just listened to Elonga speaking, one of our main technician and main coach, big member in the coaching team. The Parkway Park, located at the heart of Columbus, where we have the Eastern Shopping Center, one of the biggest shopping center in Columbus, Ohio, and accessible very easily close to the airport, and also close to a lot of shops. You have the Gucci shops, a lot of activities just associated with this park. This park is in the Eastern Shopping Center. So one of the best Columbus is wishing its guests coming out of state will take out of this experience from Columbus.
Okay, I'll go back to Elonge, and I do understand that one of the biggest things which everyone looks up to is the field itself, the field of play. So, are we looking at artificial turf, that is the carpet, or natural grass?
So yeah, we opted also because they do have natural grass, because considering that
Go
hot,
right
it
ahead.
is artificial grass. So we wanted to make sure, especially for veteran needs. So yeah, so that's what it offers. Very well taken care of, and very very well seeded, very nicely cut grass, and perfect fit for what we're trying to do.
All right, we'll be right back with you. Don't go away.
Present. I nothing say the figure problem if you dey for year, yeah. No, we want that's where the Kanjo. President Vali say go tap ball. Una go tap ball. Hey, President, you go bring boot. Yeah. You go more time. When they see a wow, bro. President, hold on, some man go play ball. No, yeah. Now one. Go back. Stay there. Oh boy, this is Ohio. I want to join them. Be all the president be there. You already know. You already know. You already know. We got all the presidents right there. All the presidents, they came out. All the presidents, they came out. No play ball. This is Columbus Veterans. This is the voice of America Stadium, the best in the nation. We're waiting.
What time it is?
All right, guys.
All right, we just watch images of the Pathways Park there. Video credit go to Columbus veterans. So I'll stay with the technician Elongi to find out the benefits of the green turf and natural grass. But first, walk us through the key differences between carpet and grass. What are the advantages of carpet and disadvantages? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of natural grass?
So that's a very good question. Being somebody that's played a lot of soccer myself, all around the world, and one of the things that depending on the from a carpet standpoint, it's mainly the maintenance.
Okay.
That's the biggest that's the biggest positivity, and also the fact that passing the ball it's maybe easier because it's flat. That's really those are the biggest pros on for the carpet. But in the long run, when you think about it, from a cost effective standpoint, the grass is a lot better because there's actual ground and good soil underneath it, so it's easier on the knees. So you
Mhm.
don't your knees cannot get stuck on the carpet, things like that. And also, yeah, it's easier to rotate and turn and things like that. But sometimes it might not be as smooth as the carpet, like for passing the ball and things like that. But also you have to take good care of the grass. You have to make sure somebody's seeding it during the downtime, or based on the weather. They have to cut it. They have to water it. So there's an additional cost to take care of good tough of good grass fields. So those are the main differences there. That's where the differences lie.
So let me
Yeah.
know, when it rains, what happens on the natural grass, and what happens with the carpet. I'm saying that because on Sunday, Columbus is going to experience rain, and maybe partly rainy on Friday. So explain this to us.
So that's a very good question. So one of the things about depending on the fields that you're playing on, if the fields are well irrigated, so the rain doesn't really affect it tremendously. So
Mhm.
depending on the amount of rain, so let's say if we have a continuous precipitation that lasts for over an hour, it could affect the pitch a little bit, where it will be a little bit damp,
Mhm.
but it's not really going to affect the play tremendously. If the rain with the rain, because one of the good things about the irrigation, almost fields these days have some level of irrigation where the water is not stagnant on the field, so it
Mhm.
would drain, and we can always still play without any issues. Yeah,
Mm.
so that's not going to be really a factor. I mean, the only thing that could really impede us playing, or like we need to play, is if there's thunderstorms that accompany the rain, because not just in Ohio, but in the United States wide, if there's a thunderstorm, we have to have a 30 minutes delay. You
Mhm.
know, yeah, which would affect our time frames. If that happens. Yeah.
Mm. Valentine, let us talk about the size of the playground. So, are the fields at Parkways Park built to standard dimension, or they are more tailored towards recreational play?
Great question, Mr. Kanjo. Again, the Parkview Park is a very big complex. It has a total of 13 fields.
Mm.
We're only using four of that fields, and these are all standard 11v11 fields. So it's a requirement by Midwest tournament, and we meet that requirement. So we got excellent pitches. I was there yesterday with my team just to inspect, and I can guarantee it's 100% ready to go.
Mm. And what can you tell us about the dressing rooms, changing facilities? Do you have them, and are they in good condition?
So, with respect to changing facilities, we have areas located and areas designated for um, players to be able to change. So
Mhm.
we have that set up. We went yesterday just to make sure we have a clear view of where everything needs to be located, be it the medical center, be it the operations center, be it the vendor center. So we have that in place, and come Friday morning, we'll have everything set and ready to go.
Elongi, would you like to throw more light on other vital amenities such as restrooms, drinking water stations, and maybe first aid provisions?
Yeah, definitely. So those are some of the things that, like I said, Pathway Parks. It's a wonderful park. And they're still working on the park to beautify the park, but it comes with a lot of great things, great amenities. And one of the things that we also added was made sure that we'll provide additional, water and things like that for the teams, so they don't lack anything that they would need during the tournament. And we'll also make sure that we have a medical staff, with a very fascinating doctor called Dr. Ikiti, which everybody knows. He's
Mhm.
going to be there available for everybody, to make sure that in case anybody has any injuries, we'll have that in place as well, to be able to help everybody if in case of any injuries. So when it comes to we added extra facilities for restrooms and things like that, to make sure that there's no lines or things like that, or delays to access bathrooms. So everything is well in place, and like our president has been working diligently with the respective teams, to make sure that the tournament will be a wonderful success.
I do understand that a soccer park is not necessarily a stadium, but talking about spectators, do you have enough room for spectators?
Yeah, definitely. We have more than enough room. Just like our president alluded earlier, it's a 13 field complex, and we're,
Mhm.
we're utilizing only four fields. So there's more than enough room. So it's a vast space. There's going to be enough space for the vendors and each team to be able to watch the game without any issues. Yeah,
Mm.
and I think our president can add some light to that.
Correct.
Yes,
So,
Valentine.
yes, like you mentioned, we're only using four fields. Each field We have two tents for 3 tents, one for each team and one for the match delegates, and we have a lot of rooms. Again, like I said, we're only using a section of this pack, so it's a
Mhm.
big pack, and we're only using the north side. So very exciting. We want to keep people engaged. That's the reason we're pulling everything in one area, so we get a better and a more beautiful event come this weekend.
Definitely more beautiful events come this weekend in Columbus, Ohio, where 12 teams will converge on Columbus for the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veteran Tournament. We'll be right back with you. Don't go away.
Present, present. I nothing say the figure problem if you dey. No, no, all the poles, see, all the poles get electric outlets.
Okay, so that's interesting. In that short video, we had someone talking about the poles that are lighted. So, if some of the games roll into the night, are we sure visibility will be? I mean, are we going to have visibility enough? Elonge.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that we've taken into consideration from how we schedule the games and things like that, And it's a good thing that we are in the summer, night comes to like almost 8 p.m. or 9
Mhm.
p.m. So, yeah, we don't expect to play that late, but in case that happens, yeah, we have taken the necessary dispositions, to make sure that we can accommodate any unforeseen circumstances. President, you have anything else to add to that?
No, you just hit the point.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, I know the president mentioned a while ago that you are planning another inspection visit to the site, correct?
Yes.
Okay, when will that happen precisely?
We're thinking somewhere maybe by Thursday at the latest, So we're gonna do some final touches and make sure everything is just added touches to the fields probably today and tomorrow.
Mhm,
It rained a little bit, so it's gonna most likely be tomorrow.
mhm.
And just to make sure everything is on point, we already have everything is in place, but we just want to make an additional, just like our president is very thorough, so we always try to make sure we double check and triple check things, because we want to provide the best,
Now,
because
should
yeah,
some
go ahead.
delegations touch down in Columbus early enough, would you advise them to uh, make a check at the event site just to get familiar with it?
Absolutely, absolutely, Mr. Kanjo. Most of them will be living in the hotels very close by.
Mhm.
Some just 1, 2 minutes away from the field, and we encourage them to just walk around there and enjoy the beauty of Columbus, enjoy the beauty of the Eastern Shopping Center, and hey, give it a shot before we meet Friday morning 9 o'clock.
Give it a shot before we meet Friday morning. Want to thank you so much for joining us, Valentine Elonge. Thank you as well for joining us. We'll continue this beautiful MVT story later this week. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thanks so
Thank you
much,
very.
Mr. Kanjo. Thanks for all you do for your community, for the community of Columbus and the entire Ohio in general. Thank you so much.
Do have a fantastic rest of the evening. This is MVT.
You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
let the game play on. Before we run off this edition of Countdown number 2, just to mention that the address venue for the main event is 4475 Sunbury Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43219. So the Pathways Park is situated at 4475 Sunbury Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43219. We'll come back to that tomorrow in the next edition of MVT Countdown. And to run off with our weather report, as the excitement builds for the Midwest Veterans Tournament in Columbus, here is a look at what Mother Nature has in store for the days ahead. And so, whether you are a player, official, or supporter, you want to keep an eye on the forecast and plan accordingly. On Thursday, May the 22nd, which we consider as travel day for most of the delegations, the tournament kicks off under mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures will stay on the cooler side with a high of 54 degrees Fahrenheit and low of 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a good idea to dress in layers and, of course, keep warm during early matches of the tournament. On day 2, Saturday, May the 24th, 2025, which is, of course, the core day for the tournament. Conditions will improve slightly for the heart of the tournament. Expect partly cloudy skies with more comfortable temperatures, a high of 62 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Ideal weather for competitive play. Then on Sunday, which is the day of the finals, that is May the 25th, unfortunately, the skies may not hold out for long. Rain is expected in Columbus on that day, with temperatures peaking at 63 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Players and fans alike should plan for wet conditions on Sunday. So come along with your umbrellas and waterproof shoes if you are going to the pathway park for the final day. Then Monday, May the 26th, which is of course a departure day for some of the delegations. The winds will actually blow down. It's going to be a cloudy skies day, of course, with high of 65 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is going to be the weather condition of that day. So stay tuned for real weather updates and do not forget to prepare to gear up yourselves for the game and of course the side attractions of it. We'll give you more weather updates during the tournaments. And so that is the package which we gathered for you for this second day of the MVT countdown. But we'll be right back in a second to run off.
You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
Our guests on the show were Valentine Forcha, president of Columbus Veterans. He was joined by Elongi Musinga. We also had Joanne Mappis, one of the vendors for the tournaments. And collaboration came from Evaris, Capo, Kevin Foy. Special thanks to Dr. Phil Elizi Denga. Our reporters on the show were Shin Tebong, Danlet Washington. We also had contributions from Mr. Leo Roy Fozia. Production came from Marcel, Adig, and for presentation, I've been your host, Ernest Kanjo. I'll be back tomorrow for yet another edition of MVT Countdown, when it will be exactly 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Until then, it is bye-bye from this end. Do have a fantastic rest of their Tuesday. And may God bless you.
You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on. You're listening to the MVT Countdown on Apex One Radio, the official pre-tournament slot for the 2025 Midwest Veterans Tournament. We've got you covered with the latest updates from Columbus as preparations ramp up for this much-awaited soccer fiesta. It's the MVT Countdown, only on Apex One Radio. Let the game play on.
The drums of home are calling.